To show the people that, okay, you bought somebody some groceries, but that doesn't fix the potholes. That doesn't fix the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
That doesn't hold the council people accountable for some of the things that not be done in the city.
Oh, but it gets more sinister than that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. So now we get to the point to where we get to the close to the election now. This is like the June 3rd or June 1st, just a runoff. You know what I'm saying? This is all the marbles on the table. You know what I'm saying? This is, everything counts. And so this one lady comes out of the blue and she hits up somebody on my team. And she says to them like, hey, I committed voter fraud.
That's the Kimberly Koch.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she hits up my people, and I don't know her, but I remember her from a candidates forum where she like hit me with some cold attacks.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I know that lady and I know that voice and I know that face. So I'm like, all right, let's see what she got to say. So she's talking about how she committed voter fraud, how she don't live in Compton, how she was working with Jace and they got hired with Galvan, and they promised Jace Dawson, I guess a liaison position with Galvan. And they were looking to get as many votes as they could. So they were registering their friends to houses that they knew in Compton. Various locations in Compton. So I'm like, word, you know what I'm saying? So, and now again, all this to me, everything is a rumor until I have tangible proof. Right. So bet we got that. Now let's get her statement though, because I don't want her to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we get an email. She emails the DA's office for us. She lets them know what she did, her involvement and all this. And this is all because they never paid her.
No, I heard I heard her interview on Jasmine Mechanic's site or something that's associated with she speaking with Jasmine. And the young lady was really animated. She was animated, and she was just pretty much like, it wasn't just me, but me and my coworker. I want my check, something along those lines. And she just pretty much she didn't give a damn that she was incriminating herself over whatever. I don't know what money she was supposed to have been paid, but I'll be honest with you, it's not enough to incriminate myself the way she did on the internet. But at the same time, the fact that she brought this to you, your campaign played a great part in exposing something that's really serious and it's going on in our community.
So, yeah. And then, so now we getting all this information, right? Now we get to the runoff. Now the count come in, well, they're counting. So they don't count all in one night. It's like we draw us out for some time. They're still taking ballots in. It's the most nerve-wracking thing you can think of, right? Damn near 2 weeks of counting ballots. So now Galvan goes to one of the counts, and I was out of town and show up, and one of my DJ was there. One of my partners that was on the campaign with me, and he hears Galvan say, "Pull this lady outside." That county worker that does some of the counting, and offers her tickets to a Latino concert, box office seats.
Right, we heard about that.
I'm like, he telling me that this would happen. So he goes and gets her, he pressed and get her info, her business card. My mom was there. My mom got the info. So they all grabbed his information. Man, we got all that info. Now the count comes in, the end of the count, it's like a week later. Last count, y'all know, I lost by one.
Right, 855 to 854 in his favor.
So, I'm like, all right, well, we need a recount. So I do the recount knowing I know that the actual number is probably going to be the same, but I'm looking for something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and there were certain things that we was looking for. We was looking for Kimberly, her
registration form.
Yeah, we need her envelope. And it's certain other things that I know that we're looking for. So I worked the count. Some of my other team worked the ballots or the actual envelopes, and then we pull all the envelopes that we need to pull to the side. We write down the addresses, the names, all the stuff that we know is faulty,
bogey. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and we know what we're looking for because we got these rumors out here. You know what I'm saying? And we also seeing that we got people voting in our district that don't live in our district.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They live in District 1 and 4. And, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how they even voting when they live on Greenleaf?
Right. So the
like,
vote,
you shouldn't be voting if you live
on. So the district vote is isolated to only your area.
It's only our area.
Right. Gotcha. And we talked about that in the last episode. It was unconclusive on do somebody in the 4th district vote for somebody in the 2nd district?
You ain't supposed to be able to. That was the point of breaking off the districts in the first place, right? So they was like, you know, they only, since you represent those group of people, only they can vote whether you take the seat or not.
Right, on who represents them.
Who represents them, which makes sense. I get it.
Makes a lot of sense. I get it.
Right. But when you got, and if that's the rules, cool. How is somebody on Greenleaf voting in my race? They don't live in my district. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
the 2nd district.
That's an issue. So we can take the list of those. So now we just put all this stuff to the side. And then we offered it all up to the DA. After we took everything, all our notes, everything that we needed, the evidence, testimonies, emails from everybody. I'm talking about from county clerk to the DA's office. We got everything.
Right.
And we just sent it over to the DA's office. They start the investigation. They start interviewing. They interviewed me last. And I think that was on a Tuesday. I think it was on a Tuesday. And I'm like, yo, when y'all gonna press the button on this? You know, we need to know what's going on. Like, we can't tell you, yada, 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 but it's, you know, we think it's gonna happen, you know, fairly soon, but blah, blah, blah. You know, cause these things can take forever.
Right.
And then 3 days later,
they moved.
Man, it was like some of the best news I heard in a minute. I ain't never been happy about somebody going to jail. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been happy about it.
That ain't what we do around here.
Hey, that's funny you said that, and I know we come from, you know, our upbringings and we don't want nobody to go to jail, because even on our last episode we was talking about that, and I told Travel, I was like, man, he's a scumbag. He needs to go to jail. You know what I mean? He cheated, and we need to hold his accountable. You know what I mean? But bro was like, nah, he's a Latino brother. He shouldn't go to jail, you know.
Well,
but
this is my thing. I'm not one for, and it's just how we were raised, right? We were raised not to involve ourselves with the authorities and whatnot. But I'm 47 years old. I'm an adult now. So certain rules that applied to me when I was 21, 22, 23, they just don't apply to me no more.
Right.
It don't make sense.
Right.
So I'm not going to put myself in that box. No, I still have an issue. I figure the best contact with the police is no contact with the police. If we don't talk to them, you don't got to worry about what I said to them, period. So, but moving forward as a responsible citizen in my city, we're talking about the election process. We're not talking about somebody that might have did something because they needed to feed their family. We're talking about somebody that's strategic in what they're doing. It took a lot of thought process to put this together. And when you look at the players, you know, we named the last episode, you know, Compton's political bad actors, because that's just what it was. These dudes are just doing, it's a total disregard for the institution of government. And like I said on the last episode, local government is the most empowering force.